Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me for another episode today. Going to cover a very nice giveaway win package, or at least I presume. I haven't looked at the contents yet, that I received from a channel that I enjoy quite a bit and a great and entertaining member of the community here on YouTube, Mr. Cardwolf CW. So participated in his vintage giveaway that took place recently. So we'll touch on that in a minute. But before we get to that, I have fallen woefully behind on my promise to show a new Alex Ovechkin card here on the channel every time he scores in this NHL season that we're in. So it's not that I abandoned this pursuit, but what happened is I was living away from home for about 10 days there while I was having a bathroom redone in a rental cabin and wasn't able to really access my collection or record any content during that time. Did have the channel kind of on autopilot with some stuff that I had recorded ahead of time, so it wasn't really noticeable to any of you, but I have fallen behind on Ovechkin, who's been absolutely on fire while I was away. And at the time of filming this, he only just recently scored a pair of goals to get him to 50 on the season. He's the oldest player ever to hit the 50-goal plateau, with this being his age 36 season, which is just incredible. I always knew that he was going to pass Gordie Howe, which it looks like he'll do next year for second place all-time in scoring, but I really never thought he would legitimately challenge Wayne Gretzky as much as I like Ovechkin, but he's definitely making it interesting here. So I am 7 cards behind on Ovechkin, having left off with cards through goal number 43, and did pull 7 out of the stack here to share with you to get caught up. So the first 3 are from the same insert set. This was in the Fleer hockey set in 2006, and they're called Hockey Headliners. And they're exactly what they sound like. It kind of mimics a newspaper, the design on the front, and each one is linked to an exact moment and date. And it shows you on the front, the opponent and the date of the moment in question. And then you get a write-up on the back of, what's being mentioned on the front of the card. Got some marker here on the penny sleeve on this one. But I love these because they're kind of like early, Tops Now or Upper Deck game dated moments type cards. I'm not sure that the photograph, unfortunately, comes from the event. I don't know if it does or doesn't. Can't really attest to that. But these are neat. And what I like about these, Ovechkin's rookie season was in 2005, and these came out in 2006. So these are second-year cards of Ovechkin, but they pay tribute to accomplishments from his rookie year as a result. And so this is the first one here. The goal is just a really, really impressive, highlight reel goal that he scored against the Coyotes. And that's appropriate for a Cardwolf giveaway episode, I guess. The second one, and I had 2 copies of this, but I'll count it as one card, one unique card for the goal per card pledge. The next one, second rookie ever to achieve 50 goals and 100 points in a season. And it looks like he's going to do that again this year. He is already at 50 goals at the time that I'm recording this here and is very close to 100 points. So he may or may not get there on points, but definitely got 50 goals again. Pretty incredible to think that he was putting up 50 as a rookie back in 2005. And here we are in 2022. With all that has transpired in the game, and he is still putting in 50-goal seasons. It's just miraculous. And then the third and final one that I have from the Hockey Headliners insert set is this Calder Trophy winner card that celebrates his winning of the Rookie of the Year Calder Trophy. So a nice trio there, courtesy of Fleer, who, of course, no longer has a license to produce NHL trading cards. Upper Deck, I believe, owns the Fleer name. These came out, if you look on the back, at a time where Fleer itself was actually a separate company. Or no, maybe I take that back. If you look, Upper Deck actually owned Fleer even in 2006. You see copyright 2006 UDC. So those are cards actually from Upper Deck under the Fleer brand. The next couple are inserts that I'm a big fan of. These have existed for about 10 years. I've talked about them many times on the channel, and that is Upper Deck Canvas. So in my Ovechkin Z Folio, I'm trying to work on a couple pages or a few pages where I have 3 copies each of each one of his canvas inserts. These began back in 2011, or the 2010-2011 release, and this is the very first one. Alex celebrating, a nice weird pose there. That's his first ever canvas card, so those are getting a little bit tougher to find. Not super valuable, but probably a $10 to $20 card anyway. And then from a couple years later, 2014, I've shown this one before, but again, trying to get 3 copies of each of these. So we'll definitely add this one to the Z Folio, as well as that first one. That takes us up to 5 new cards. For number 6, this is a COMC pickup that just came in a recent COMC order. This is from Panini, their Elite set from their brief period with an NHL license, which is something I touch on quite often. The Great Outdoors, this is a set that pays tribute to the Winter Classic, which is the annual outdoor game that the NHL stages. And it's acetate, so that's definitely a winner in my book. I like the wooden kind of theme to the Great Outdoors for like a northern type sport and cold weather sport. The card border and design has kind of like a lodge, a winter lodge type feel. Love the acetate, and these are numbered out of 500. You can see there. I think I have one other copy at least of this card, but this was available on COMC for like $2 or $3, and I just couldn't leave, another copy of that behind at that price point. And then lastly, card number 7 to catch us up, because the last goal that he scored, number 50, is so significant, that round number, and being the oldest player ever to score 50. Wanted to pick one out of the pile that was a little more significant, and I ended up with this gem. I stole this card off Sport Lots about a year and a half ago. I paid $10 for this, and this is the Scoring Kings relic card from 2005 Fleer Ultra. So that is Ovechkin's rookie season. This is a rookie year card. Because it is an insert and a memorabilia card, I'm not sure that it's considered a rookie card per se, but it is a rookie year card. And there's a couple things I don't like about this card. I'll admit, flat out. I'm not a big relic guy, which I've talked about before. And specifically, to add to that, because this came out his rookie year, he hadn't even played in the NHL yet when they were producing this card. So the relic on the front is not a game-used relic. It's like a jersey that he wore in a photo shoot, which normally bugs me. So that, those are a couple of reasons I normally wouldn't pursue this card. But in this case, I made an exception with this being a rookie year Ovechkin. I don't even view it as a relic so much as just kind of a cool rookie year card. I love the foil element on the Ultra logo and on the crown that surrounds the relic. And of course, Scoring Kings as an insert is something that goes, way back to the 90s with Fleer Ultra brands. So I kind of like the continuity there of the insert. And again, didn't break the bank on this. It was a $9.99 purchase at the time. From what I have seen, these are selling for many times that now, just a year and a half later, especially given the season that he's put in. So I'm glad I grabbed this when I did, especially because it's not a card that I'd want to pay big bucks for, given the fact that it is a photo shoot relic. But for what it is, it's actually a pretty cool addition to my OV collection, and figured I would drag that one out today to kind of pay tribute to the man for his 50th goal of the season at age 36. So thanks for sticking with me while we got the Ovechkin out of the way. And now let's take a look at the Card Wolf giveaway. This is my crude illustration. I did okay on the playing card. This looks more like a deformed cat or something, but I didn't want to show the address on the other side, so that's my poor attempt at Card Wolf. And here is a little note. So what happened here, to set some background, I bet most of you are aware of this and probably even participated in it, but basically CW bought a small vintage collection in a binder, or vintage to modern, and offered up all the cards just for free in a giveaway. And all you had to do was leave a comment and then maybe email him with a list of like 3 to 4 cards that you found interesting, and he will send you 1 or 2 of them. So that's just what kind of a guy CW is. We got a nice note here. Shane, thanks so much for participating in the giveaway. Despite this generic note, which is certainly understandable, I believe CW mentioned that he sent cards out to over 70 people in this giveaway, which is very impressive. Brought to you by the Card Wolf Global Response Network, which is pretty impressive. The sincerity of my gratitude to you for being a subscriber is 100% genuine. Please enjoy the enclosed cards, and I hope you'll continue to enjoy the channel as well, CW. And I certainly will continue to enjoy the channel. I think Card Wolf has one of the more entertaining channels out there on YouTube. I am absolutely leaving a link below if you are not familiar with him. For some reason, definitely check it out. Give him a subscription and you will not be disappointed. A lot of great content over there, interesting rips, collection kind of dissections, vintage, modern, football, baseball, hockey, non-sport, you name it. And he's one of the most generous guys you'll find. So he sent me in a previous care package, completely by surprise, this Mickey Mantle blasts a 565-foot home run card from the 60s, just because. And if that's not a sign of his generosity, I would say buying a collection online and then mailing it out to 70 individuals at no charge is probably a close second. Here is a card that I was hoping would be included, and this is one of the ones that I did put in my short list that I wanted from the binder. CW was pretty sarcastic about this one when he was showing it off as an option, and certainly understandable. I don't think there are a lot of Bart Giamatti collectors out there, but I actually wanted this card right when I saw it because I did have the 1990 Topps Bart Giamatti, that being the first set that I ever collected out of packs, and was kind of fascinated as a kid when I first ran across that card of, why there was a suit in my baseball card pack, and found out that obviously, he was the commissioner of baseball in 1989, but died of a heart attack in his very first year of service. That first season, passed away tragically, and will probably forever be known as the shortest ever commissioner of Major League Baseball, having only made it about 5 months before that issue. So always kind of have memories of that 90 Topps Bart Giamatti. And when I saw the Donruss counterpart, I knew that was one that I wanted to include in my list. And really generous of you to see that one made it here to my collection. So thank you, CW. And okay, man, we have another situation here that is similar to the Mantle card that I just talked about. This Dodgers Southpaws featuring Johnny Padres and Sandy Koufax was definitely not in the binder. So this is just CW being an amazing guy yet again. I had no idea this was coming. Man, that is a vintage 1960s Dodger card featuring Sandy Koufax. And I 100% do not own this card. This is just amazing. I believe this is a 61, I want to say. And I think it's actually the same year as the Mantle, which is pretty fitting. CW, that is unbelievable, and you certainly did not need to do that. I know you know that, but blew me away with that one. I know I sent you a little batch of Orioles in the past, but I am going to have to do something here to offset this Mantle Koufax tandem that you've sent my way. And after that, this is going to be a little bit anticlimactic and unfair to Tom Seaver, but there was a third card in the envelope, and this one is one of the ones that I did put on my list, the 83 Donruss Tom Seaver. And the reason I picked this one out, I have very little early 80s Donruss. I've got a lot of the top stuff, and so this looked like a really nice mint crispy Seaver, and it certainly looks like that in hand as well. And obviously he's one of the better pitchers of his generation, and can't go wrong with a new Seaver pickup. But not to discount that at all, but I'm still just blown away by the Koufax combo card. I've talked about it before on the channel, and like many vintage collectors, I'm a total sucker for the combo cards that Topps treated us to in the 50s and 60s. And man, that Dodger Southpaws is certainly a prime example of that. So you are far too generous, CW. I will absolutely treasure all 3 cards that you sent, including Mr. Giamatti there. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I'll absolutely reach out to you here over email individually and make sure to convey my thanks. But thank you so much. And to everybody else, I appreciate you checking out my Alex Ovechkin cards and goodies from Card Wolf. Again, if you're not subscribed to Card Wolf, I don't know what you're waiting for. Definitely check the link below. I think today's video is evidence that you want to introduce yourself to the man. And to everybody else, thanks for stopping by, and I'll be back in the very near future with some more sports card content. Until then, take care.